All right. So, hello, folks. Uh, my name is Neville Shah, and I would be discussing about the GitHub Copilot and the projects that I have made. So today I am going to discuss about two of the main Python-based projects which were developed using GitHub Copilot. So first, let me show you how to enable the extension. I went to the VS Code. I searched the extension here, which is named GitHub Copilot, and here I have already enabled it. But either you can disable or enable depending on your workspace. So let's go to the first one, which is the MNIST one. So this is a neural network model built using Keras. And for example, let me show you how GitHub Copilot works. Load the data. Here the data word came, which was suggested by the program. I mean the GitHub Copilot. If I press enter and see, if you can see this, the whole thing xtrain, ytrain, xtest, ytrest is equal to keras.datasets.mnist.load data. So basically, to store the data, it calls the dataset under keras, which is called mnist, and it stores the training and the testing values required. So this is how the GitHub Copilot works. And I have using GitHub Copilot, I came up with this program where the first one is, see, as you can see here, we can import some modules if needed. So first is loading the data. Second is normalizing the data. Third part is the shaping the data. Fourth is creating the sequence, creating the models. So these were also the suggestions that were suggested by the GitHub Copilot. So if you can see in the model, there is a sequential model defined, and inside that there are some max pooling layers and the convolution 2D layers and the flatten and the dense layer. And the last two dense layers have ReLU as well as softmax activation. Here, the model is compiled using Adams optimizer, and the loss is used here is sparse categorical cross entropy. Here, the model is trained inside, then the model is evaluated, then the model will predict the testing part. So, okay, so here inside the figure, here, the first 10 images are given to the model and they are tried to predict and see. Let's see what the output is. So I went through, I called the function, I mean live, the Python file in the CMD and the normal command prompt. I wrote Python file name. It performed 5 iterations. The accuracy is, it's according to it, after fifth iteration is 99%. And after that, this is what the output got generated. So there are first 10 images that are printed, and according to the MNIST data, it is predicted like the first is 7, then 1, 4, 4. This is maybe it might be 5 or 6. It is a bit unclear. Then 2, then 0, then 1, then 9, and 9. So this is what the first part, here ends the first part of the assignment one. That is the first model, that is the MNIST model using Keras. Second, we'll move forward with the PyTorch one. So inside the PyTorch here, as you can see, there is a class defined. And again, the similar way, the code is written with the help of GitHub Copilot, where there is a constructor defined. There are some functions which is forward, predict, loss, train, torch. Then after defining this class, so basically after PyTorch, we are trying to compute the value of y equal to 2x plus 3, and this is just a simple feed forward neural network where if we give a value of x, that is here, if you can see the output model.predict, I am passing the tensor with value of float value of 1.0, and if it passes through y, that is 2x plus 3, then the output should be close to 5. So let's see what the output is. I will stop the file. Okay, just a moment. All right. So the file name is pytorchtest.py. Now it is running and okay. So it is trained it until 10 epochs and the loss value is derived here, and our value should be 5, but here it is predicting around 4.71. So it is a little bit close to the actual value, which should be 5. And the gradient function that is used is atom backward 0. Let's see if tries to predict the same value again and again. Now let's see if you can see the value is 5.03, which is very, very close. It's actually predicted. So I think that's what I had for the part one of the first assignment. So this is how the GitHub Copilot works, where it helps it is still developing, and in the past 1 year it has came a long way, and it might be a huge sensation if it is released and people start using it. It would be really easy for the software programmers to code, because the half of the manual code would be suggested by the GitHub Copilot itself. So thank you very much, and that's what I had for today.